Welcome back everyone, and welcome to another LEGO Star Wars review. I've been wanting to do this set. I have two of them now, one sealed behind me on the shelves behind some of these other sets. One for you guys to watch me open and build and review the minifigures. This set only has 412 pieces. It's in a bigger box. This was released, I want to say, the beginning of last year or the middle. So they were not doing what we're doing now with the smaller condensed boxes. This is when they first started using those new manuals that we see as well. So really excited to dig into it. So let's go ahead and first unbox. And for the unboxing, as you see here, they rate it as a 9+ set. It's set 75325, the Mandalorian's N-1 Starfighter. 412 pieces. The background here looks like it's Tatooine. Yeah, as you can see the Tatooine town on the back. This is from Mandalorian when he first got this ship. It's going to include the Mandalorian, Grogu of course, Pelimoto, and then a BD droid, which is kind of awesome. Different BD droid than you see, obviously, with BD-1 from Cal Kestis and Jedi Fallen Order. On the backside, you're going to see the Darksaber, because at this time, the Mandalorian still has a Darksaber. They were using a chroma hilt with a basic lightsaber. Kind of wish they did, and we'll get into that with the minifigures, but kind of wish they did a custom actual Darksaber. Pelimoto and the BD droid here. I'm really excited to get into the build. It does have push tabs for such a large set, so I'll do it the way they instructed. And voila. So we have our instructions, which is actually a pretty big instruction manual as far as size goes, considering this is under 300 or under 500 pieces. So we'll go ahead and put that there. It will include stickers, as you can see here. So we'll have some stickers for those that are not fond of that. And then it includes that there. And this was kind of interesting when I saw this. I saw this online, but they had, for this specific set, just kind of showing you like a build layout, and that they're using these types of bags now. Basically, they're introducing the packaging that they will have going forward, like we said, trying to get rid of that carbon footprint. So now with paper bags, less detailed instructions here. I believe they wanted to get rid of, I heard LEGO wanted to get rid of instructions entirely because of the paper, and then just do a QR code. Not everybody has the device or kids, so they can't or didn't want to do that at that point. But anyway, technically 3 bags here, 1 and 2. I'm not sure why they did that. The bags are also kind of bigger. Again, the packaging for LEGO ended up changing as we are now currently not doing stuff like this, usually more bags. As you saw in my previous review, there was like 6 bags for a lesser set, or 5 bags for a lesser set, so it's kind of weird. But regardless, it seems like a pretty straightforward build considering it's only 400 and some odd pieces. Alrighty guys, so that is the complete build there, and we'll go into depth with it, but I honestly think it's so cool. We haven't got an N-1 Starfighter in I don't know how many years, and last time we did, it was a Naboo Starfighter. Not only is it been so long since we've gotten an N-1 Starfighter, but these minifigures in this Starfighter is actually great. We get the Pelimoto that I really liked in that show. What a great character, at least for me, I think she was a great character. And then we get obviously Grogu and Mandalorian, older Mandalorian, the unrevised helmet, which is kind of controversial and honestly isn't that good. Thankfully they revised it, so this set does have that old one, but you can pick up newer versions of the Mandalorian, and we do get the little BD droid. So let's dive into each of the minifigures and the build itself. There's a lot to cover with the build because it's very different style of the N-1 Starfighter than we previously got in the Naboo version, and there's a lot of cool features and cool designs and stuff I want to get into with that, along with these minifigures too. I didn't realize until I actually built this set what the minifigures had, and so I want to go over those too. Alrighty guys, so as we're going over the minifigures here, the biggest thing with Mandalorian is we've kind of finished that look for Mandalorian. We've kind of got to the point where we've reached the maximum in detail I think that LEGO is going to be putting out for the Mandalorian. Even without the cape, yes, it's hard because of the jetpack. These are going to be super hard to get on with the cape and actually make it look good. The arm printing that we have on the Mandalorian at this point is beautiful, and it's reaching the point in which I think personally this is kind of the maximum of detail. Now, as far as the helmet goes, the helmet we have here is pretty bad. I knew this was very controversial within the LEGO community, so they went ahead and updated it, and it's beautiful now. So this set will have that older helmet that a lot of us really didn't like, but good news is they have a newer version of it now. With the chest and the leg printing, it's honestly such a beautiful figure. The way that chrome Beskar just shines on Mandalorian looks great. Nothing new there though. And then we have the Darksaber. The Darksaber does need detail. The Darksaber I feel like is lacking several pieces of detail, with the hilt not even being close to what the actual Darksaber looks like, and then the blade itself. We could have some white detailing, and also it needs to be cut like the actual blade is, kind of more like a sword rather than a lightsaber. So we really just get a black lightsaber here. I know they've upgraded the actual blade in future reiterations, but the handle itself could still be used in an update as well. So that's something that I think LEGO can do. A little bit disappointing here to see it like that, but we could get a change in the future maybe with the new Mandalorian movie coming out, and hopefully that's the case. So overall, do love the Mandalorian figure. It's a beautiful figure. I think LEGO's kind of reaching, like I said though, the point in which we've reached the maximum amount of detail for this figure though. Next figure, guys, is Pelimoto. This is the figure I said I was really excited for. The reason why I was so excited for her is because I love her character in the show. She does come with this little wrench piece to show that she was a technician. She's an engineer. She's working on those pieces. She works at scrapyard, so she knows what she's talking about. She does have that utility belt there, and that's the piece I was talking about where we haven't really seen before. The utility belt's actually going to go on the pants here, and this set does come with an extra one. The first thing I thought of when I saw that extra one was, I'm going to make a engineer clone trooper in a mock. I'm going to put that belt on a clone trooper, and I will use him as an engineer clone trooper. So that's kind of cool accessory I didn't know LEGO had until this set. Plan on maybe ordering a couple more. That'd be kind of cool. But yeah, the waist belt looks really cool for utility. The chest printing on that LEGO minifigure looks great with the pockets and the actual outfit. No leg printing, but I don't think it's necessary as she's just wearing brown pants in the show anyway. On the back side, we will have back printing. We do have a second face for her, more grinning face there, smiling, cheerful or kind of happy there. We do see that back printing, like I said. On the front, it's more of a serious or smirk of content, I would say, for that first face. No arm printing either. Again, I don't think it's necessary for the figure. Glad she's in this set. Next, who obviously is always around Mandalorian, is Mr. Grogu himself, or Din Grogu. And back then, I don't know if he wasn't knighted as Din Grogu at that time, but he was already Grogu, so there you are. The rubber ears and headpiece we still have today, along with that little baby Lego body, makes such a great figure for Grogu. We've already seen him though. I'll put him back. Now this was what I was super excited to get in this set, and this is that BD droid. Again, you do get him in the BD1 set, but that's specifically BD1. In the show, we get a BD droid, and it's kind of cool to see it in a live action because a lot of people love the video game and Cal Kestis, and we love BD1 in that game too, and we get to see him in The Mandalorian, which was super exciting. And not only do we get to see him, but we get this BD droid. So this BD droid does help Mandalorian often, working on that ship that we have in this set. I love that they did the side printing, and I think that's needed. They could have kind of skimped out there and didn't do it, but they did, so that's awesome, along with that little front printing there. So now here with the build, guys, the N-1 Starfighter I think is beautiful build. Not only is it a beautiful build, but the actual detailing on each of these engine pieces was kind of cool to do. It's a fun build, and you understand where it's going as you're building it. But the engines I think look great compared to what the show looks, especially for a play scale. Lots of greebling there, lots of design to show that it was kind of a rustic N-1 Starfighter. It wasn't what we're used to. It wasn't that nice gloss yellow and gloss chrome on the front of them. This was kind of just piece by piece in Tatooine. So that's what we get here, and that's awesome. You get it on both engines here too with a little bit of more greebling, and then you're going to have a sticker piece right here for that to show the engine piece as well. Now moving on to the center of the ship, we have these two blasters here. These don't actually shoot anything off of. They're just for design of the actual blasters that Mandalorian has on the ship. Big, huge engine, and you want to be careful with that because not only is it a sticker, but if you press that, as you see here, you will get it to shoot. So when you press that, it shoots, and it kind of goes pretty fast as you wouldn't expect it. So there's only one there. I'm gonna be in the undercarriage right here. As you can see, that's the little holding spot for the missile. Underneath you have this little engine here. It's kind of cool that they did this. They put that there, and you flip back to the other side. They do even show that little yellow and black that Mandalorian's ship has. Kind of just mix and match pieces. Like I said, this was such a random build. Very, very random. Very kind of all over the place with the set, which is pretty cool. And then as for the cockpit goes, guys, I kind of wish we had the tinted windows here because we used to have those back in the early days, and I think they look way better than the clear ones. But anyway, we have Mando going into the cockpit, and I also want to just show that's his face, the Din Djarin one there. Not the black face anymore. We knew what his face looked like at this point in the show. We do have to remove the Darksaber and the jetpack. So that's something to note. You do have to remove the jetpack too if you want to put him in there. It's kind of annoying. I wish the cockpit was just big enough for him to fit with the jetpack, but you do have to remove the jetpack. He's going to fit nicely in there and lean back, and then it will shut. Right in here, there's actually a little side part right here where you can pull this up and out, and you can store nicely his jetpack. And then the Darksaber, you do need to pull the Darksaber apart as well, but you can fit that in there nicely. And then this will go right on top there. And boom, just like that, his Darksaber and the jetpack are in there in the center of the build. As you can see there, it's kind of just easy to pull that up and out. The engine's here, and I take the flick fire or the shooting missile out because when you push this down, it comes like out often. It's kind of annoying as well, so I just leave it out because otherwise it just keeps going everywhere every time I'm messing with the set. So as for Grogu goes, he's gonna fit perfectly in this cockpit with that one stud in there, and when you put him in there and you shut it, it just fits perfectly. It looks so awesome to be based off of what you see in the show. With Grogu right there in the cockpit, riding back seat. So I love that. I love that they featured that still, and it looks great with that little stud in there. So that's perfect on how I would imagine Lego doing it. So kudos to that. Really weird and awkward. There's a huge gap, as you can see right here. I feel like we could have fixed this, and you can definitely modify yours with just a little slope piece. And that kind of clears up that gap, but it does look really weird. I don't know why that was the case. Again, it is a play scale set, so it's not meant to be accurate as much, I guess you could say, but it is really weird that there's a gap there. Overall, though, I do love the build. The design of the engines really got me. I think it's great. They do have this little tail to represent that on Mandalorian ship too, which is pretty cool as well. And then the double cockpit for Grogu and for Mando just looks super cool. So engine, I think, is a great piece. There's only, I think, 3 stickers in this set, so you don't have to worry too much about stickers, which is kind of nice. You do get a brick separator in the set as well, and then you will also get 2 extra missiles. You can't really keep them anywhere, so I just put them in my bin with all these extra missiles anyway, but you do get 2 extra missiles in case you lose one. Having fun shooting blasters around, it happens. And then these 2 other figures obviously don't go in the ship, but you can just attach them, keep them with your ship or in your minifigures display. Anyway, that's pretty much the whole build. So let's go ahead and finish up the video. Alrighty guys, so finishing up the build here, I really do enjoy the build. I really enjoyed this set. It was heavily coveted at the time, waiting for this one to come out. We got his old Razor Crest, and now we have the N-1 Starfighter that Mandalorian drives around in one of our favorite series. So I do love this set. I think it's a great looking set. I do wish there's a few things that could have been changed as far as the glass goes, with being tinted or stained would have been nice. And then the other thing I wish was this backside on that glass is a really weird gap, so I'm not sure what that's about. Like I said, I don't know if it was overlooked or, again, it's a play scale. Sometimes play scales get gypped on stuff like that, not sure, but I kind of wish that was changed. So overall though, I love the N-1 Starfighter. Right now I believe it's on sale right before it retires. It will be retiring soon. Originally is $60, which is kind of steep. So, but right now you can get it on sale, which is nice. I think for like $54. I think I got this one for a little bit less for the Amazon Prime Day. So, just depends on where you get it and how you get it, guys. Try and get your best deals for the set. But I do think it's a great set. I'm going to give this set a 9.8 out of 10. The only thing that I would change is that gap, really that big gap. If we could get a stained glass, yeah, you can still order those stained glass on Bricklink and substitute them out if it's really a big deal. I don't mind it that much to do that. But I do love this set. I think the minifigure selection in the set was awesome. We got 4 technically, 2, and then a droid and mini Grogu there. So great figure selection. The design, the way the details are, I love the set. So go pick it up before it retires. It will be retiring soon. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe if you did, and we'll see you guys in the next one.